or give them a call at 800-409-5633.
Waging war on corruption. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, for the last 30 minutes, retired Lieutenant General Hamid Gul has been our guest, former head of Pakistani intelligence. The Washington Post wrote, if the documents are to be believed, and the uncorroborated U.S. intelligence reports must be read with caution, so they add that this is just battlefield reports fed by contractors. Gul has taken a direct hand in quarterbacking attacks against U.S.-led forces in Afghanistan. Gul calls the reports fiction and nothing else. So this is a guy, from what I've seen, who's told the truth. I mean, I don't trust anybody except my wife and children and God. But I just go off long-term study, long-term looking at geopolitical systems, the British model of the great game that our country's adopted, how we're being used. I mean, for 5 years, U.S. troops and contractors have been sneaking around in Afghanistan, 9 years there, in Pakistan. And now they came out 3 weeks ago and admitted, okay, we lied to you. We got contractors and troops there. And, Gul said 2 years ago on this show they were there to stir up the tribal areas to destabilize Pakistan. And now that's admitted. I mean, these global corporations that suck us dry with these wars, they have a motive to expand these wars. So this is a short segment, General, but brief answers on this. Finishing up on Israel and the U.S. being used as a tool that you were talking about there. And then, how can we get out of there on friendly terms with the Pakistan's folks and with the Afghans, and versus how it will end if we don't pull out?
Let me tell you that there is everything to be gained by pulling out, and there is everything to be lost by continuing to stay here. So that's my judgment, and I'm quite convinced that this is right. Now, by pulling out, you are going to, because there is a natural affinity between America and Pakistan and America and even Afghanistan, because, they have cooperated in the past throughout. We have a long history of cooperation. When India was in the USSR camp, Pakistan was all along and Afghanistan too was in the American camp. Afghanistan made a mistake of being in the USSR camp, and USSR came and attacked it at that time. And of course they resisted. And Pakistan stood behind them, America stood behind them also, and they don't forget that. So if you pull out, and that is very simple, you have to have a change of heart. And I have given that message clearly. I said I am prepared to come discuss with you, face the court, go for a hearing before the Senate or the Congress, whatever you want me to do, I am prepared. If I am a terrorist, if I am quarterbacking, as you rightly said, this attacks in Afghanistan, then you can catch me. I mean, here is a terrorist who is offering himself. He says, okay, catch me, hold me responsible, take me anywhere, to Congress, Senate, to any court, to any interrogation center. I'm prepared for all this. They are lying. I tell you, they are lying to the American people more than anyone else. And if they have a change of heart, we will find ways and means when they can pull out safely. They will not be followed. Now, the speech that President Obama made on 8th of May 2009 in Cairo, addressing the Al-Azhar University, I think that was remarkable, because in this he had said, if there is no chance of attack or there is no threat of attack from that region to America, then in that case we are prepared to pull out every single troop from that region. And I at that time also on some of the TV channels, I said that this is a legitimate demand. Okay, we accept this, that there should be no attack on America from this area.
General, stay there.
No harm has ever been found in the past also. And that automatically means that the responsibility will be on the new government, which will be installed in Afghanistan to make sure that there is no threat to American interests from
General,
that
I'm
soil.
sorry to interrupt you. We've got to go to break. Come back and repeat that thought and finish it up. We'll be right back with General Hamid Gul.
The question is, where should the American people draw their line in the sand?
What have we got? A republic or a monarchy?
A republic is based on a constitution which protects minority rights.
Not democracy, not mob rule, two wolves and a sheep voting on what's for dinner.
So they think they own our land, they think they own our water, children, our education, our money.
We have to define who we are and what we will tolerate.
Somebody's going to ask you what you did during the Patriot Uprising.
You have been warned.
We have the facts. We have the Constitution. We have the Bill of Rights. We have common law. Knowledge is power, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm so excited to be able to offer you Don't Tread on Me, Rise of the Republic. Tyranny is upon us, but liberty and the sleeping giant that is the American people is rising. A new tool in the info war. Don't Tread on Me. Order it at Infowars.com or PrisonPlanet.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139 and support independent, patriotic Liberty films. This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, a solar power generator provides powerful backup insurance and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365. Hello, friends. This is Alex Jones. You've heard me talk about Cal-Ben 5-star soaps for years. This is an American-made product of the highest quality and compares to nothing you will find in stores. You can buy factory direct, shipped via UPS right to your door. Check them out on the web at 5starsoap.com or call 800-340-7091. Take my word for it. Once you've used pure soap, you won't buy anything else. Since 1947, Cal-Ben Soap Company has been showing consumers that soap can be tough on dirt and gentle on the environment. Buy American and stay clean, as well as support InfoWars. Visit 5starsoap.com today or call 1-800-340-7091. Well, Marty, what do you have to say?
As founder and owner for over 63 years, satisfaction is guaranteed or double your dirt back. Call us at 1-800-340-7091 for a free catalog or visit our website, 5starsoap.com. Thank you.
You walk into this room at your own risk because it leads to the future. Not a future that will be, but one that might be. This is not a new world. It is simply an extension of what began in the old one. It has patterned itself after every dictator who has ever planted the ripping imprint of a boot on the pages of history since the beginning of time. It has refinements, technological advances, and a more sophisticated approach to the destruction of human freedom. But like every one of the superstates that preceded it, it has one iron rule. Logic is an enemy and truth is a menace.
The answer to 1984 is 1776. You're listening to The Alex Jones Show.
Well, we've been talking to Lieutenant General Hamid Gul about a host of really important issues, and he's joining us from Pakistan. Last time we had him on, the regular phone number was being blocked, and we were having trouble getting through on the other line, and it looks like we may be having some phone troubles now. We may try to reconnect with him in a moment. General, do we have you? Now, again, I have researched all of this information in depth, and we've had the former CIA commander for the entire Afghan war on, who wrote the book Jawbreaker, and he admitted that they would pick up 12, 13, 14, 15-year-old kids and would send them to Guantanamo Bay as terrorists, knowing they were totally innocent, just to create this illusion. It's a manufactured war as a pretext to feed our troops into a meat grinder as a giant laboratory of control. And that's the bottom line of what's been going on here. Going back to General Hamid Gul, General, I have looked at all of the information concerned here, and clearly the Pentagon plan is to expand the war into Pakistan. They now admit that U.S. forces and contractors are there illegally. Congress had been lied to about this. Where is all this leading, and what are the Western forces doing in Pakistan?
Well, they're on sabotage, subversion mission, and inciting people to rise against the central government of Pakistan. So they are on destabilizing exercise, not realizing that this is going to hurt them more than it is going to hurt us, because we are in any case suffering. There is a spate of flood at the moment we are facing in Pakistan. It's a great human tragedy that we are in the middle of it. And on top of it, our friends America and their allies, some of their allies, and India, they are in collusion to bash Pakistan and to really unravel it from inside. But this is very unfair, and I don't think they will be able to do it at the end of the day. I think if they get embroiled in Pakistan, then they will keep on staying here for a very long time. And I don't think the American people have a heart for it. I think 60% of Americans are now already against this war. And if they're going to expand this war, because I know one thing, the irregular fight that is going to be put up to Americans, whether in Pakistan, Afghanistan, or Iran, now the larger the area of conflict, and longer the period of conflict, the established power, the one who is equipped with more firepower, cannot win. This is a lesson from history, and it is immutable. Because if they enlarge the area of conflict, then they will get more embroiled into some of the very difficult things which they can't foresee at this moment. So I think it is professionally very, very unwise for America to get involved into a conflict inside Pakistan.
General Gul, where is this leading if the United States doesn't pull out? I mean, clearly our government, controlled by these offshore corporate interests, wants to expand this into Pakistan with this destabilization. From your research, how many contractors are sneaking around in your country versus regular U.S. forces?
Well, I think the security contractors at this moment, they are trying to spread their wings into Balochistan area. And Americans have been granted permission, it is understood, to open, because they arm twist us, our government and our leaders, very conveniently, and they are going to open a consulate in Quetta. And I think it will have two purposes. One, to continue to fan the ongoing insurgency, which is artificially being sponsored in Balochistan, which is largest of our provinces, because of its very huge size and because of its borders with Makaran coast. The coastal line mostly is covered by this province, and it's a long border with Iran. It is about 900 kilometers long border that we share with Iran. So it has twin purpose: A, to destabilize Pakistan, and B, to get inside Iran and try to destabilize them, because those areas are Sunni populated and they are definitely trying to create a problem for Iran from that point. So really, at this moment, I would put the figure of the security contractors to less than 5,000. I don't think they are more than this number. And they're trying to expand, because very recently 650 visas were issued to American servicemen, and they come in CVs. This is very unfortunate that servicemen traditionally should be used in uniform.